Asociación Mundial de Psiquiatría, representada aquí por el profesor Dinesh Bhugra, por el Instituto Nacional de Psiquiatría Dr. Ramón de la Fuente Muñiz, representado por su directora, la doctora María Elena Medina Mora, y por un servidor, presidente de la Asociación Psiquiátrica Mexicana, Enrique Chávez León. La intención de reunirles el día de hoy es hacer pública una declaratoria que vamos a hacer en forma conjunta, tanto la Asociación Psiquiátrica Mundial como el Instituto Nacional de Psiquiatría y la Asociación Psiquiátrica Mexicana, sobre un tema que es muy importante para la salud mental, que es la violencia y la afectación que hace sobre la salud mental de los adolescentes. De ahí la denominación de la mesa redonda de adolescencia y violencia. No sé si el profesor Bhugra quisiera dirigirnos algunas palabras. Él solo habla inglés, entonces yo quisiera que nos transmitiera su mensaje.
Buenos días, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for not being able to speak Spanish. I would like to congratulate Mexican Society firstly for their 50th anniversary. May this be the first 50 of many 50s to come. It's really great and it's wonderful to see the society flourishing.
Felicitaciones.
And I'm also delighted that part of the celebration is this roundtable in collaboration with the National Institute of Psychiatry, World Psychiatric Association, and thank you, Dr. Chavez, for taking the lead in putting the program together, for your very kind and very generous hospitality, and looking after us so remarkably well. I think one of the big challenges around the world is about violence, whether violence has increased over the last few years or whether it is the same, but we are much more aware of it. And violence affects people who get attacked by this, but it also affects those who perpetuate it or who instigate it. Those who perpetuate or instigate violence are not necessarily always mentally ill, but some of the violence can be directed inwards, which means that rather than attacking others, adolescents tend to attack themselves by self-harm, by trying to commit suicide, and sometimes tragically succeeding in completing suicide. So one of the major challenges for psychiatrists around the globe is to understand the reasons for violence and how violence is associated and linked with mental illness, and what do we need to do. We need to invest in public mental health. We need to understand the predisposing factors which may cause people to develop mental illness and show violent behavior. But also we need to look at vulnerable groups who are either targets of violent attacks, whether they are women, children, elderly, transgender, bisexual, gay, lesbian, groups in prisons. But it's also important that we need to have clear policies in place. We know that in adolescents, children who have been bullied are more likely to bully when they grow up. Those who have grown up in households where parents take drugs are more likely to use drugs themselves. So I think we as clinicians, as mental health professionals, and as citizens of the society need to take responsibility and need to try and break that cycle of violence, that cycle of drug abuse, and that cycle of deprivation and mental illness. So we have a long way to go. And I'm delighted that Mexican Psychiatry Society was one of the first societies to sign up to the World Psychiatric Association's Bill of Rights
la
for
Carta
people
de los
with mental
Derechos
illness.
para los pacientes
And that
mentales.
bill asks for every country
Y esa
to
carta
look after
solicita a
people
cada
who
país
develop mental illness
que
in a number of ways.
tenga
There is
cuidado
still
suficiente con
a
las
tremendous
personas
amount
con
of
enfermedades
discrimination around the
mentales.
globe.
Hay mucha
Only
discriminación
42%
alrededor
of
del mundo.
countries allow people with mental illness
Solo el
to get married.
40% de la población.
And far fewer countries allow people to vote or to have any employment rights. So I
Hay
think it's a
países donde
challenge
los
for all
enfermos
of us
mentales no tienen
that we
derecho a
look
votar.
at range of problems, range of issues, and try and work together to
La
deal with
cantidad de
it. And I
problemas
really
que
welcome
trabajando juntos
this
podemos
document because it states very clearly as to what the policymakers need to do about drug abuse, about suicide,
El
about
documento que se firma
migrant,
es
focusing very much on the
excelente
vulnerable
de
group of
las
young people and adolescents. So
necesidades
thank you all
que hay
very much for
alrededor
being here.
actualmente
Thank you
sobre
for
estos temas.
joining the movement.
Gracias por
And
estar
I
aquí
very
hoy.
much hope that
Gracias
we will
por darle
carry the
seguimiento a
song
todo esto.
for years to come and be able to look after the vulnerable individuals in a much more sensitive, practical, and reasonable way. Thank you.
Gracias.